Well, folks, we have an absolutely massive game tonight between the Hesston Swathers and the Hoisington Cardinals. I am Cole Dutchendorf. I thought I saw my last name wrong there for a second. I'm Cole Dutchendorf, joined with Lucas Roth. How you doing, Lucas?
I'm doing good. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this game for a long time. I'm pumped.
Both these teams top 10 in 3A, as we will get into in a second. Hoisington, they come into tonight's game at 12-2, ranked 6th in 3A. They are currently riding a 7-game win streak, dating back to their 9-point loss to Hillsboro that came just over 4 weeks ago, so a lot of momentum for them right now. Their last game was a win in dominant fashion over the Halstead Dragons, a game in which they only allowed 12 points and won by 38. Granted, Halstead might be the worst team in 3A.
They scored 12 points.
They lost all their seniors because they were all football players, and they were all we're going to college, so we don't need to play anymore. Anyways, their team is led by seniors Mason Haxton and Drew Nicholson. That is the Cardinals, not the Dragons. We're not talking about the Dragons anymore. Both of which can shoot the lights out and also finish around the rim.
And for the Swathers, they come in to this game ranked third in 3A. They're no longer ranked number 1 after their loss to Lions by 5 points in double overtime last Friday. They only shot 10% from 3 and 40% from the field, so not a great outing. So that's not going to get it done against this Cardinals team for sure. Outside of their game against Lions, they have not won a game by less than 17 points. It's a huge game for both teams. Really big implications, specifically for the Swathers, to try and get back on track and get some more momentum heading into their next couple of weeks of play.
Yeah, absolutely. Starting lineups, pending anything out of the ordinary, we'll have Drew Nicholson. This is for the Cardinals, obviously. Drew Nicholson, Mason Haxton, Landon Woodcheck. I apologize if I'm saying that name wrong. Just got to give that as a forewarning. I think it's correct.
We got the pronunciation.
Woodjack.
It was Woodjack.
Woodjack. Sorry. And then Holt Hanslick.
Holt Hanslick.
And then Chase Robinson. They're rocking a 5 senior lineup, so a lot of experience on this team.
And for the Swathers, starting like usual, you have number 5, Braden Schilling, number 14, Kason Richardson, number 32, Jackson Humphreys, number 33, Nick Arnold, and number 41, Ben Bollinger. For the Swathers, it is 2 seniors and 3 juniors. So also a little bit of experience.
Yeah, I can personally not wait for this game to begin. This should be a very good one. Been waiting in anticipation for this one for a good long time.
When I started doing games this year, my only thought was, we played at Hoisington last year, didn't we? So we get that one, and I knew that was going to be one of the best games that we got all season long.
And there's a couple coming up on our docket.
Haven
at home. Larned is home as well, but actually, I think Larned's pretty good this year still.
Larned's decent. I think they're 6-7, 7-6. I talked to them.
Mainly it was just this one, Bueller and Haven, and Holcomb, I guess. But we didn't know that was going to be a home game until
pretty much the day of.
Yeah, basically.
Keys to the game for the Swathers. Close out on the Hoisington shooters. Of course, they got a lot of kids that can knock the 3-ball down, crash the O boards, and up the tempo. They play very fast basketball, and they play very good transition basketball for sure. But they struggled a little bit with that last Friday.
And then for the Cardinals, keys to the game, force the Swathers to thrive more on the outside than the inside, as that seemed to work for the Lions last week. Run the game to your own tempo, try not to get sped up by the Swathers, and then box out on the defensive end. We should be in for a good one. We've already said it about 4 or 5 times.
Geez.
But I'm very excited for this game.
I'm very I can't think of the word now. What's the word? Word of the day.
Ebullient. Ebullient, yeah.
Very ebullient.
Yeah, I think that's ebullient.
Showing lots of enthusiasm.
Ebullient. There we go.
Ebullient. Haxton starts with the ball, gives it off to Hanslick. Hanslick inside to Haxton. Haxton's fadeaway jumper, good. Great start for the Cardinals. Got right in there, the turn-away jumper. Beautiful by Haxton.
Not much to add there. That was just a straight up, just a great shot there from Haxton.
Swathers on the other end. Humphreys now into the corner to Schilling. Schilling up top to Richardson. Richardson looking for Arnold along the baseline. Gets him. His corner three. Bang! Nick Arnold's corner three is good.
And if this game goes anything like the first 2 possessions, we should be in for a good one tonight.
Oh, man, that's exactly how we thought it started, and it started good. Hesston now dribbling. He's get caught in a trap, but he's going to get a foul. I believe it's going to be on Jackson Humphreys, who, as we talked about in the past, struggles a little bit in that category of basketball. So the Cardinals will take it underneath. Hesston gives it up top to Nicholson. Nicholson looking for Mason Hesston in the lane, wasn't there. Nicholson now will hand it off to Woodjack. Woodjack, he is going to be fouled by Braden Schilling on the shot, so 2 quick fouls by the Swathers, and Woodjack will go to the line to shoot 2.
I've been sitting here trying to figure out the math of how many points we're on pace for. It's something like 180. If we're going, it was like 180 for the Cardinals, and let's see, we were getting close. 200 for the Swathers, or something like that.
Good stuff. Woodjack.
I don't think that's going to happen. I would be very, very surprised if the final score was anything near 200 to 180.
Arnold now with the ball, gives it up top to Humphreys. Humphreys over to Bollinger, and Bollinger to Schilling. Schilling into the lane to Arnold. Arnold has it poked away, but Schilling regains control. Passes around the horn for the Swathers to Bollinger. Bollinger into the lane to Schilling. Schilling's pull-up baseline jumper is good. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Schilling from the baseline.
A couple of early 2 good possessions for the Swathers, although that last possession in which they got 2 fouls, that's not obviously not a thing that you want to have this early into the game. Granted, it was on 2 different players, so that's not necessarily the worst thing to happen in the world.
Hanslet now with the ball in the corner, looking inside for Nicholson. Nicholson working on Schilling. His turnaway jumper is going to be no good and boarded by Richardson. Richardson's going to go out in transition, and he's going to be fouled by Hanslick.
You know, it might have actually been tipped a little there on the other possession. I think Schilling got a piece of it. At least it appeared to be, which is very impressive considering Nicholson is 6'7".
Yeah, not many teams have kids that are taller than the Swathers, but Nicholson, standing at 6'7", is 2 inches taller than any other Swather.
That Schilling-Nicholson battle on Cardinals offense should be a very exciting matchup to watch this entire night.
Richardson tries to get into Humphreys. Humphreys loses it for a second, regains control of it, and we're going to get a jump ball. Just couldn't quite corral it off the pass from Richardson.
He got nutmegged there while he was trying to get the ball. Just went through his legs, and then Hesston lost the ball too for a second actually, but then it was tied up by 3 Cardinals in Jackson.
Swathers looking for somebody. He gets it into Bollinger. Bollinger back to Arnold. Arnold looking for Humphreys in the corner. Humphreys now, he's going to drive baseline. Spin move. Oh, floater no good, and the board will be by Nick Arnold. Arnold kicks out to Richardson. Thought about the 3 but didn't take it. Now Humphreys, he has the 3. His shot is up. No good. Nothing but the air for Humphreys. And we'll go out of bounds off the Swathers. So a couple of quality looks there.
Yeah, Humphreys had a really nice spin baseline that got him a pretty open floater. And then that one there, that one was a little off.
Yeah, just a little. I could tell from the beginning it was going to be a little short, but I didn't think it'd be all the way short, if you know what I mean.
Arky? That's definitely not a word, but you know what I mean. His shot has a lot of arc. So to that, good night.
Really high arcing shot, but the ball's going to end up being saved by Robinson. Gives up to Hesston. His 3-pointer, no good. This time boarded by Ben Bollinger, who will get it off to Richardson.
And that possession is going to show you kind of what Hoisington is willing to do. That was a deep 3. Yeah. No hesitation from Hesston. He was there, and he pulled up right away.
Richardson, now he's going to work into the post. He is unstoppable here. His turnaway jumper, no good.
And
boarded by Hanslick.
There, I guess.
And Humphreys will pick up his 2nd foul. And I'm guessing we will probably see Schrader for the first time tonight. And, yep, there he comes.
Good call there, Lucas.
Schrader checks in for Humphreys. Humphreys an early 2. Probably won't be seeing him the rest of this quarter, and probably not until about 4 minutes remaining in the second if we do see him again this half.
Yeah, he just got a little too aggressive there on the fast break. Maybe should have sagged off a little bit. Not gone for the steal there.
Hesston now working against Richardson. Goes between the legs. Great help there by Bollinger. Got to help the helper. Rejected by Braden Schilling, and Bollinger is going the other way with it. Bollinger gives it off to Richardson. Richardson to the corner to Schilling. Schilling's going to drive baseline. He kicks out to Schrader. Ty Schrader's three-pointer is no good, but tipped by Schilling, and oh, they're going to get him with a foul. I don't know how I feel about that one.
He definitely didn't have possession at all. Got caught reaching a little bit there, so I think that's a pretty easy call.
I think it's more of like the look. I don't know how much body he really caught, but definitely more of he was trying to jump over Nicholson and bat the ball away, and that's just an easy foul call there.
If I'm going to be honest, I don't really fully understand that rule, so I won't expand upon that any more than I already have.
Hesston now, still working against Richardson. Gives it to Nicholson in the corner. Nicholson's three is no good. And Arnold is going the other way. Gives it off to Schrader. Schrader up top to Esau. Then to Richardson. Richardson into the paint to Arnold. Arnold kicks out to Schrader. Thought about the three but didn't take it. Bollinger now. He's going to skip past Richardson. Richardson in the corner. His three-pointer, no good. Swathers starting off since that first made three and now gone 0 for 4 since then from downtown.
And Richardson was somewhat cold from beyond the arc last week against the Lions.
And looks like they're going to get Braylon Thompson on the foul. Great box out by Esau. And sorry, Cole, I interrupted. You can continue.
Yeah, I was saying he was able to get a lot of action in the lower paint area, but shots were just not falling, and not only for Richardson, but just the Swathers in general.
Yeah, we started to see just a little bit of that so far, and now the Cardinals in a 2-3 zone, which could possibly be the Swathers' kryptonite. They are not great against the zone.
At least against the Lions.
Yeah,
Usually they're able to shoot themselves out of it and shoot themselves out of any slump that they may get themselves into, but it was not the case last week.
The skip pass goes to Richardson. His three is no good, but will be boarded by Ty Schrader. Bollinger now. He's going to kick to Schrader in the corner. Schrader's three, no good long. Another offensive board by the Swathers. Ben Bollinger's now going to go up with it in the lane. No good. Another O board by the Swathers. Now it's Schrader. Gives out to Richardson. Richardson is fouled but cannot make the shot.
And that's, if any of you watching right now, I don't know if any of you are watching that game against the Lions. That, in a nutshell, is what we saw all last week. Granted, Casey and Richardson still was able to draw the foul there, but two great three-point looks and then another look inside that was unable to be converted, as the first free throw was good. But as I was saying, that's basically all that we saw last Friday was miss three. Oh, you got the board. Oh, go back inside. Oh, miss layup. Oh, got the go board. Oh, miss another layup. Granted, fouled.
Still, it's one that he makes probably 9 out of 10 times, but
the whole Swather team has just been a little cold as of recently.
Second free throw is good. Richardson, 2-0 but nets from the line. Push the Swather lead up to 3 as Jake Proctor enters the game. And the Swathers show that depth of theirs as they have 3 non-starters in the game.
Oh,
as the pass
out of bounds
from Hanslet goes over the head of Woodcheck. Will be Swather ball. Those are the turnovers that those
very
really,
unavoidable.
Yeah.
Just sloppy basketball there. Just not. It's the attention to detail. I mean, that was an easy pass to make. Just, I mean, rushed it a little bit and then just out of, was it Thompson's reach, I believe.
On the court for the Cardinals is Woodcheck, Hesston, Hanslet, and Thompson. And for the Swathers, Proctor, Esau, Richardson, Arnold, and Schrader. As Proctor gets the ball, now looks in. Esau wasn't there. Now he gets the ball in the corner again. Back up top to Richardson. Richardson's going to drive middle of the lane. His shot is no good. Gets his own board. Went down hard, but will be helped up by a couple of Hoisington players there.
And on that point, these two teams are obviously battling in the post, not just in the post, but everywhere. But there is a strange little dynamic of some camaraderie between these two teams. There's a couple of friends between these Cardinals and Swathers, and you've already seen it. I saw Hesston and Bollinger dap up earlier on the low post. So it's definitely a good sight to see when these two teams, they're able to get down and dirty, get battling there on the court, but remember that they are still friends off the court.
Hanslet, his pass will be tipped out of bounds, and you love to see that. That's one of the coolest things in sports, is to be able to go grind it, battle it out for 90 minutes. I guess it's 32 minutes, but in reality about an hour and a half, and then at the end you're still friends. But for those hour and a half, for that those 32 minutes, it's a hard-fought battle. As Nicholson now works against Schrader, we'll kick out to Hanslet. Hanslet's three high arcing is going to be short. Nothing but the air for Hanslet as Esau's going the other way. Esau trying to go coast to coast, gives it off to Proctor. Proctor's baseline jumper is good.
Proctor was one of the sole bright spots for the Swathers on Friday. He played very well. Him and Schrader, I think, I would say played the best. Schrader, we haven't seen it so far yet because he hasn't really had the opportunity to, but his ability to seal off those defenders that are playing in that 2-3 zone defense has very good implications for the Swathers on offense and usually gets him some easy layup looks.
Braden Bruner just checked in for the Swathers, so they now have 4 bench players and 1 starter in the game. It's a very good look for them as Hanslet drives right and gives it up to Leighton Haxton. Leighton over to Thompson into Nicholson. Nicholson working against Schrader. Kick out to Woodcheck. Woodcheck back to Nicholson. Nicholson's three is good. Great three-point look there by Nicholson, and he knocks it down.
And he's a big fella, but he can also shoot the ball as well. That's something that is been more commonplace in this era, basically started by Steph Curry, essentially. And that's something that you should never take for granted. And there's a three.
Bang! Corner three by Bruner. Keep going, Cole.
But I was saying, Nicholson's ability to stretch the floor for the Cardinals is part of the reason why they're so good. So and you've already seen it a little bit early in this game.
Yeah, that play was a set play to Braden Bruner, 4-3. Very good shooter as Nicholson kicks out to Hanslet. Hanslet gives it off to Leighton Haxton. Leighton working right, gives it back to Hanslet. Hanslet up to Woodcheck. Woodcheck gives it off to Nicholson. Nicholson working against Schrader. Looking for something, finds Thompson. Thompson's three, bang, in Jake Proctor's face. Just
I'm
knocked
loving
it
the
down.
action we are seeing right now. Back and forth battles at the moment. It's been a very fun sight to see.
Richardson now probably going to hold for the last shot. 20 seconds remain in this first quarter. Now 19. Down to 15. Gets it off to Bruner. Bruner looking for somewhere to go with it. Goes into Esau. Esau kicks out to Schrader. Schrader does take the three. He's going to drive it, and his layup is blocked by Thompson. Might have been a little contact there. Nothing was called. And the pull-up by Hanslet. Oh, had a chance. Hits the backboard. No good. So we'll go to the end of the first quarter. 12-10. Swathers lead.
Hey, this is an interesting little stat we got going so far. Not a single player has more than one basket.
Wow.
Basket made so far. We got Schilling with 2, Kaysen with 2, Bruner with 3, Arnold with 3, and then for the Cardinals, Nicholson with 3, Thompson with 3, Haxton with 2, and Woodjack with 2. So that's kind of a fun little thing we got going on so far into the game.
Wow, what a first quarter. Exactly what we thought it was. Just a little bit of back and forth. Not as much offense as we thought there'd be. A little bit more defense heavy. Not a lot of shots were falling, but man, 12-10 after the first quarter. We're in for a treat tonight. And both of these teams definitely have the capability to go on massive runs if they want to. So the Cardinals will start with the ball this second half. Thompson inbounds it to Mason Haxton, who checked back into the game. Gives it off to Nicholson. Nicholson still working against Schrader. Goes behind the back. Now is going to spin baseline. Nothing there. Gives it off to Mason Haxton. Haxton now, he's going to try and go baseline. Gets it to Nicholson. Nicholson's layup is good. Beautiful little bit of give and take there by Haxton and Nicholson.
And our first player on the night with more than one basket made. With Nicholson there, that's a couple of shots that he's taken that have been very efficient.
Proctor, middle of the lane pull-up jumper is good as he continues to impress with an early 4 as the Cardinals switch back to a man defense.
Yeah, not to be outdone. Proctor says, you know what? I want to get myself 2 baskets too.
Haxton now, his pass is stolen by Proctor, was looking for Nicholson, was unable to find him, and Ben Bollinger will bring the ball up for the Swathers.
That's a sight you don't necessarily see too often.
Not at all. Bollinger now at the top of the key, gives it to Proctor. Proctor to Schrader in the corner. Schrader working right, gives it to Richardson. Richardson gives it into Proctor. Proctor working against Woodjack. And he's going to kick backside. Backside, Ty Schrader's three-pointer is good. Nothing but net for Ty Schrader.
One thing I'm going to point out there was obviously great shot, great find there from Jake Proctor as well. But one thing you might not have seen was Ben Bollinger sealing that defender with the screen, giving Schrader that look. That was such an efficient, wide-open look. And the reason he was so open was because of that seal from Ben.
Nicholson on the other end missed the layup as Proctor drives the lane, had nowhere to go with it, so kicked it out to Bollinger. Richardson gets it into Arnold. Arnold working against Haxton. Spin move, baseline layup is no good, just missed it. Good defense there by Mason Haxton.
And that's one thing that's pretty admirable about this Cardinal team is that as well as being very highly skilled on offense, they're also able to play some nice defense.
Robinson was blocked by Bollinger, got his own board, and then was fouled by Proctor. So he will go to the line to shoot 2. And the Swathers, 2 of their starters still on the bench, and Schilling and Humphreys with 2 fouls. Foul trouble has indeed been a pretty big factor so far in their season. Something you don't really want to see often, but it is indeed.
That and free throws have been 2 of the main struggles of the team thus far.
Robinson sinks his second, and it looks like the Cardinals are going to be in a 1-3-1. Swathers should be able to handle it well. They run a very good rendition of the 1-3-1 as well, as Richardson will be fouled by Hanslet, and he will go to the line to shoot 2.
Second personal on Cole Hanslet. Case Richardson will shoot 2 shots.
Scout team, definitely something that helps teams tremendously. And for the Swathers, I bet their scout team 1-3-1 is definitely something to be feared, as they are.
Yeah, they got some tenacious whatever. They got some tenacious defenders on that JV team.
Richardson's second is also good, brings him to 4 for 4 on the night from the line.
Matt Waltner, Micah Dalston, Max Werner. So they're all pretty capable.
And then you end up getting those Swather players like Braden Esau and Jake Proctor that are coming off the bench that can also help play that scout team also. So it's just really great stuff for the Swathers. As Nicholson, his 3 looks good. It is good. Nothing but net by Drew Nicholson as he has an early 8.
Yeah, he's played very well so far. I think it's a tough matchup for the Swathers when you don't have Schilling on Nicholson. I think he's scored all 8 of his points on people not named Schilling so far into the game.
Esau splits the double team, kicks out to Richardson. His 3-pointer no good, but boarded by Arnold. Esau now gives it to Schrader. Schrader gives it off to Proctor. Proctor loses it for a second, regains control, and gives it off to Richardson. Richardson in the corner. Schrader, his corner 3, no good, long, but another, what looked like was going to be an O board for the Swathers, ends up losing it out of bounds. A lot of contact over there, but will end up being Cardinals basketball.
Yeah, I might have been able to get maybe a foul on Haxton as he was boxing out 2 Swathers. Looked like he might have gotten away with a little bit of a push on Schrader. But either way, it will be Cardinal ball.
Mason Haxton to bring it up. He goes left, Richardson on him. Drives lane, his layup is no good. Boarded by Esau, and they're getting a foul on Chase Robinson as Esau had a great box out there. Will be his first, team's 5th. Cardinals still in the 1-3-1. Looks like they're trying to have Richardson pass it off, and he gives it to Esau. Esau gives it to Schrader, baseline. Schrader's layup, no good. Was right underneath the basket and couldn't convert. Tough break for the Swathers, and the Cardinals go their way. Leighton Haxton, his 3-pointer is no good. Boarded by Richardson. He fell,
Wow.
ends up getting a deflection, and steals the ball back. And now he's going the other way, splits a double team, gives it up to Esau. Esau definitely got away with a little bit of a travel, but Leighton Haxton with the foul, and what a string of events for Kason Richardson.
He got the ball, definitely was shoved in the back by one of the Haxton brothers. I couldn't quite tell who it was. And then gave the ball away, and then got the ball back, but then kind of didn't, but then did, and then almost lost the ball going on the court, and then found Esau, who definitely
traveled. Took a solid 3, maybe 4 steps there before shooting the basketball.
Meanwhile, the stinking laptop will not connect to the Wi-Fi. It's hard to keep track of the points.
Esau misses both free throws, so as the Cardinals were probably saying, the ball do not lie. Leighton Haxton
there's
now
definitely a prime example of that.
gives it off to Nicholson. Nicholson up top to Thompson. Thompson now working against Proctor. It looks like they're setting up a play. He's going to go right and gives it up top to Leighton Haxton. Leighton into the lane to Thompson. His pass a little too high, hits him in the hand, and he loses it out of bounds. As Braden Schilling will re-enter the game for the Swathers. Has to be very careful as he has 2 fouls, so look for Nicholson to take it to the rack.
If you are the Cardinals, that's what I was going to say. I was about to say the same thing before I realized what you said. Exactly, it was trying to take advantage of those 2 fouls.
Ball, there's
goodness.
a foul on Nicholson. Well, probably that is his second as he slammed into Braden Esau, and Esau will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
Looked like there might have been a little bit of head contact, but I believe both players seem to be okay.
But on the subject of cookies, Braden Esau is indeed one tough cookie, so he will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 as Nicholson will take a quick trip to the bench with 2. Couple of players now in foul trouble for both teams. Esau's first free throw, no good, boarded by Mooney. He gives off to Mason Haxton, so Esau 3 misses in a row from the free throw line. Tough break for the Swathers. Haxton to little brother Leighton Haxton. Leighton looking for somebody, gives it off to Mooney. Mooney's 3-pointer, no good. Off the backboard, boarded by Proctor. Proctor now, he's going the other way, trying to go coast to coast with the right-handed layup is good. Wow,
that's something
what
that Coach Raleigh tried to instill in Proctor is that ability to go coast to coast and then finish through contact, not being afraid to go. Oh my goodness!
Almost gets his own board, but doesn't. Bruner with the ball. Good poise by Bruner there.
Okay, what I was trying to say was Proctor's ability to work on that fast break layup through contact, which he did a wonderful job of there.
Bruner's 3, no good, and boarded by Thompson. And Haxton, beautiful move on the other end. If he would have been able to make it, might have been the play of the night so far, but.
Yeah, it was a beautiful little spin move, just barely unable to get that bucket to fall.
And great pressure by the Swathers will end up leading to a timeout by Coach Kyle Haxton, who is the father of Leighton and Mason Haxton, if I'm not mistaken. Basketball must just run in the family.
Yep.
Man, what a great game so far, though.
It's been everything we've hoped of so far. Hopefully it'll continue that way. Dang.
So Wi-Fi just completely...
I don't know what's going on, but nothing's really working. I'm just keeping track on my phone.
Well, it looks like the stream's still running, so...
I think it's just a laptop.
Yeah. Up to, I think, 243 viewers at the moment.
That's definitely our highest.
That's pretty darn good, in my opinion. I almost said professional opinion, but we're not professionals.
In our very unprofessional opinion,
Yeah.
that is very good.
Professionals are good at math.
Super Bowl got like 100 million viewers. We're like, yeah,
238. Hey, I'm good with that. 243, my bad. See, like that, prime example. I just can't even recite a number. But that is okay as Leighton Haxton brings the ball up. I'm guessing they're going to run a set play out of this. Thompson gets the ball, going to run a pick and roll with Nicholson. Nicholson was wide open. Couldn't find him, and the ball is stolen by Braden Bruner. What a steal by Braden Bruner, playing some really good quality minutes here. And it goes in the corner. Jake Proctor's 3-point attempt, no good, short. And looks like it'll end up being off of Hesston. It should have been, and they give the ball to the Cardinals. I think it ricocheted off of Hesston's hand.
Yeah, I would agree with you there, but that's a tough angle. From our angle, you could see it, but we also have that bird's eye view that the refs do not have.
They're going to go long to Robinson. Robinson's layup no good, very strong, and the board goes to Nick Arnold. Arnold going the other way now.
The coach of
not happy.
He chucked his mask on the sideline.
What a pass and what a move by Proctor and Bollinger. And we're going to get another timeout by the Cardinals as Kyle Hesston just a little bit unhappy with the play there by the Cardinals.
He was absolutely disgusted with what transpired on that fast break. It was an absolute dime by the Cardinals. Was it Hesston who threw the pass to
Robinson, Chase Robinson.
And Arnold played decent defense for being behind the whole way, but that's definitely a makeable layup that Robinson would like to have back.
Didn't even hit the rim.
It was not particularly close. And Coach Hesston flung his mask off in disgust with what had just transpired.
Usually in the past, you see things like clipboards and markers, stuff being thrown, but now we're throwing masks.
If someone had showed me that just about a year or so ago, I would have been like, what the heck is that dude wearing?
Why is he throwing this thing? What is this a new thing or what? You know, used to be towels,
the
markers,
new fashion
clipboards. Well, the basketball players on the court, as is the Swather cheerleaders. 15 men and women on the court for the Swathers. I believe that would be a technical foul as the cheerleaders exit. It will be Mason Hesston to inbounds. Inbound.
I don't know. Inbound, I believe. I think.
Gives it off to little brother Layton, back to big brother Mason. Mason now, crossover dribble against Richardson. His pull-up jumper from the elbow, no good, but tipped out by Chase Robinson. Thompson now, he's going to drive baseline, gives it to Robinson. Robinson kicks out, one extra pass. Drew Nicholson, wide open three, no good. Almost another O board, but it will stay with the Cardinals.
So on the first O board, I don't think it was a foul, but my question is, they called that exact same the opposite way. They called New Nicholson.
They just ran the Swathers.
Get up, young fella.
The same inbounds play the Swathers ran, and Nicholson throws it down off the two-step.
What a play from Nicholson there. That came out of nowhere.
I was not expecting that. Hopefully somebody else ups the ante for the Swathers and throws one down later, but man, that was impressive.
That was vicious. Great play from Nicholson.
For sure.
Taking advantage of that 6'7" frame.
Must be nice. Braden Bruner, his three-pointer is no good off the heel. Board goes to Mason Hesston. Up to Layton Hesston with 20 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Now down to 19. They're going to hold for the last shot. Layton working against Arnold. Gives it off to Mason. Back to Layton. Layton gives it off to Robinson. Robinson looking inside for Nicholson, and he will be fouled by Ty Schrader.
That's a foul that they're able to give there, as they're not yet in the bonus. The Cardinals, that is. And it's only Ty's first foul, so that's definitely a foul that you could categorize as a good one.
Cardinals to inbound the ball again, and they get it into Nicholson. Nicholson working against Bollinger. He's got 5 seconds. He's going to pull up from deep range. It is no good. Esau with the ball. Has 4 seconds. Gets it up to Richardson. Richardson going to get a block on Hesston, and Richardson will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
Wow, it looked like he just lowered his shoulder, lowered the boom on him, like those 5th and 6th graders playing underneath the bleachers at varsity football games. But I don't think he had his feet set at all.
I don't know if
Layton Hesston, that is.
No, it was Mason Hesston.
I thought it was Layton.
It was number 4 on the board.
Okay.
Richardson's free throw. Rolls around it in.
Gets the shooter's
Took 2 laps around the rim before deciding to fall. Tough swing of events there for the Cardinals. It looked like Nicholson's 3 was going to fall. Ended up not, and they're going to tip this ball, and there will be 0.0 left on the clock, and we will take it to halftime. The Swathers with a 5-point lead.
that was an interesting little swing there. It went from Cardinals attempting to go within 2 and actually
it almost
won.
went in.
It went, and
I'm
really surprised. I'm not at the shot, but the fact that they took the shot before the half actually ended, I figured they would have held all the way.
Yeah. He had the look, though.
But it was a little 1-point swing, so not the biggest deal for him.
That's true. Not bad. Let's get a quick score update with Cole.
Okay, this might be off because of the technical difficulties we have had. We have Ty Schrader with 3, Jake Proctor with 6, Braden Schilling with 2, Casey Murchison with 5, Braden Brenner with 3, Nick Arnold with 3, and Ben Bollinger with 2.
That adds up to 24.
And then for the Cardinals, Drew Nicholson with 10, Braylon Thompson with 3, Mason Haxton with 2, Chase Robinson with 2, and Landon Woodjack with 2.
Hey, that adds up to 24-19, so we must have been on.
That's what I like to hear.
Good stuff.
We will check back in with you guys in about 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes or so. Maybe we always say a time and then we're wrong.
And hey, the word of the day segment is coming up. Watch me incorrectly spell whatever word it is today. I don't know what it is.
We're off, so.
Oh, we are? What?
No, we are now.
Oh.
Well, we'll have some second half action coming at you in about 2.5 minutes. While we are waiting for that, we can get into our word of the day. When you pull it up, I mean, we had that malfunction with the laptop.
We got to get a theme song for word of the day. Like where it's like, you know what I'm talking about?
I got one for you.
Welcome to Word of the Day with Yuki and Lukey. What is today's word of the day, Cole?
We got ebullient, meaning cheerful and full of energy. Origin, Latin.
Ooh.
Used the most in 2018.
Ebullient. I feel like I'm really going to get the second letter wrong. Because I don't know if it's like got like one of those EU or EY kind of things going on.
Yep.
All right, so ebullient. I'm going to go with EBUYLLIANT.
Close, but no cigar. There was no Y. It is
Ooh.
EBULLIENT.
Oh, I was 2 letters off.
So little
Wait.
trickeration there. wait, here, I got the perfect
Wait,
one
where's
for
the
it. Tough scenes for Lucas there.
tough scene?
That is only the first one that he's missed, so we'll cut him some slack.
That is true. We are 80% on the year so far.
So getting back into the action, we just got a minute left until second half action will start. And what a first half it was. Score at halftime was 24-19 with the Swathers on top. And if the second half is anything like the first, we should be in for another good half of basketball.
It has
At the very
indeed, as we like to say, been a barn burner. A very fun one. I'm having fun, that's for sure.
Miss Gaston just fumbled the bag right there.
Way to go, Mama. Tough scene. Like always, big shout out to Miss Gaston, our fearless leader.
Absolutely.
I almost said fearful leader, but she is our fearless leader, and a lot of the stuff that gets done within the AV program, pretty much all of it, is under her direction, so we are very thankful for that. As the Swathers start with the ball second half, gets Humphreys back in the game as he's getting his second half start. The starters are in for the Swathers as Hanslet is able to get the steal and the and one on the other end. We harp on this every week. It's you got 2 options on the fast break when you're one-on-one. You either let them have the layup or you foul them hard enough that they don't get it up. And Nick Arnold got caught in between, and Hanslet with the and one.
Beautiful finish there. You can tell just by looking at his arms that he is a very strong dude, and he was able to show that strength there and get the layup to fall, although wasn't able to convert on the old-fashioned three-point play.
Boarded by Arnold and kicked up to Richardson. Richardson now asking for the ball in the paint, doesn't get it. Now gets it on the wing. A little bit of a pick and roll here from Arnold. Gives to Humphreys. Humphreys into Schilling in the corner, nobody on him. He's going to go baseline, and they're going to say he stepped out of bounds.
One thing we've seen early, I don't know if this will be something that they continuously do or only for Richardson or if it's just a one-time thing. They switched that screen on the last play.
Ooh,
the Cardinals
yeah.
was. I don't know if they'll continue that theme or if it'll just be something they utilize on Richardson. It'll be interesting to see as we go along in the rest of this half.
Haxton now has the ball up top, and he will kick out into the wing to Woodjack, and his three-pointer is no good. I was trying to figure out why I was so quiet. Now we got it figured out. As Humphreys now gives it to Schilling. Schilling, a little lane pull-up that he loves to shoot. No good off the back heel. And it will go the other way with Haxton. Haxton now working against Richardson. Gets 2 different screens. Decides to split them. Pulls up from the elbow. No good, and boarded by Nick Arnold. Schilling now gives it up top to Richardson. Slow start offensively for the Swathers. Back-to-back turnovers. Humphreys gives it to Richardson in the corner. Richardson sets the screen. He slips it because they were gonna switch on the screen. Gets his own board, goes up with it. Also no good. 2 tough misses for Humphreys there.
It's amazing to me how that didn't go in. That was down in the hoop and somehow rimmed out. Very unlucky right there for the Swathers.
Hesston gives it to Hanslet, wide open for 3, no good, but the ball will be tipped by Chase Robinson, my bad, Richardson. I'm stuck on Kaysen, and the ball will end up with the Swathers.
And that shot there has been pretty cold for Hanslick throughout the night. That's 0 for 4 from 3. Granted, one of them was a half-court buzzer beater, so we won't really count that one against them. But he's had 3 really good open looks, and he's been off the mark on all 3 of them. 2 of them were air balls, actually.
The lob to Schilling, not quite there. And they're going to give the ball back to the Swathers. They're going to call a foul, I think,
and that is
on Mason Hesston. Lob just a bit off the mark. Braden Schilling could have got it. Just missed it, though. Humphreys gets it into Bollinger. Dangerous pass there.
He's lucky Bollinger is the receiver, otherwise that might have gone out of bounds.
Humphreys gets it into Bollinger. A little bit of a reward for him as Bollinger gets in for the layup.
That was a beautiful move underneath. It's something we don't see very often is Bollinger with the chance to really thrive offensively because, I mean, usually you got Richardson, you got Humphreys, you got all these offensive weapons.
Hanslet wide open 3 in and out.
You got a man.
Oh, look up. Come on. Oh. Well, as we said before, he is a wide receiver, not the quarterback.
Say the exact same thing. Dang it, Lucas. You stole my thunder.
My bad. my B, Cole. As Bollinger kicks out to Schilling. An awkward silence filled the gym. Just an observation. Bollinger now with the ball again. Working against Robinson. He's going to try and kick it out, and he does to Schilling. And hits a cutting Arnold. And Arnold's layup rolls around off the backboard and in. Back-to-back buckets for the Swathers.
Yeah, they got some momentum now with the a quick 4-0 run after the Cardinals started off with a quick 2 of their own on the fast break layup. They haven't gotten anything to go since, though.
Nicholson now working against Schilling. He's going to drive to the basket. His layup up and good and one.
Oh, they're going to get a charge on Nicholson.
Oh, they got a charge.
Yep.
Oh, and that is his 3rd personal foul. So he's probably going to take not a trip to the bench as Kyle Hesston chooses to keep him in the game.
What a sequence of events we are witnessing in this last minute and a half or so. A couple straight buckets by the Swathers and then a couple of nice defensive stops, and then they are charged. It's really been some beautiful basketball to open up the half.
Richardson, he's going to drive. His shot no good. Boarded by Hanslet. Good strong board by Hanslet there. As we mentioned before, not a small dude. He looks like he hits the gym regularly. Hesston tries to spin, gives to Hanslet with the fake in the Euro. His shot no good. He is down, and looks like they're going to call timeout for him. That gripping at that lower right leg.
Yeah, I hope he's okay there.
Yeah, took a tough tumble. Just common
basketball players' nightmare is that
ankles.
The roll.
I mean, we're observing, so
yeah,
we'll just leave it at that. Don't want to get into legal issues.
Don't find me, HIPAA.
Richardson gives it off to Humphreys. Humphreys up to Bollinger and Richardson in the corner. Richardson's going to work right. He's going to pull up middle of the lane. No good, in and out. Richardson just struggling from the field. Only 5 points on free throws so far tonight. Hesston gives it out to Nicholson. Thought about the 3 but didn't take it. Now he thought about driving, gives out to Robinson. Robinson wide open, late in Hesston. No good, in and out. Ball's batted out to Jackson Humphreys. And Humphreys able to corral it and give it to Schilling.
That was nearly a backcourt violation. Humphreys kind of got himself in no man's land. Almost went over and back, but was able to control himself and get the ball to Schilling.
Bollinger now tries to feed it into Richardson and will be knocked out of bounds by Nicholson.
Getting that ball past Nicholson is going to be a tough task at any time, basically, with that 6'7" frame.
Well, the K-State game that was at 1 point, 3 points, is now up to 13.
We kind of saw that one coming eventually. It was just a matter of time.
Sadly.
I'm sorry, Lucas.
It's okay. Back to the I guess not the present, but the game in front of us. Humphreys gets it into Arnold. Arnold working against Nicholson. Turnaround jumper, no good, boarded by Woodcheck.
Maybe not the wisest shot to take a turnaround jumper over a 6'7" dude. I don't know if that's really going to work very often.
Was a good shot, but Yeah,
nothing
a little
against the
questionable.
shot, just the shot selection.
As number 1, Thompson up on the ground, but gives Leighton Haxton a wide open 3, and he knocks it down. A little bit of ends that scoring drought for the Cardinals.
That was their first basket since early in the quarter. Great
Humphreys
cut,
with the backdoor cut will be fouled hard by Thompson. You go to the line to shoot too. Sorry, I interrupted you, Cole.
I mean, that was pretty much all I was going to say. That's that they hadn't scored since just early. That was, honestly, it's a dangerous foul, but it's a good one from Thompson. If you're going to foul him so that he's not able to get a chance at the and one.
Humphreys sinks the first one. I was going to elaborate on his free throw shooting ability, but I choose not to for fear of announcers jinx part 8 for the night. Just saying that. He'll probably miss this one now, but Humphreys' second free throw, also good. He's
been stellar on the year.
He has indeed.
If we're gonna not talk about the Lions
Yep.
game, he struggled a little bit from the line because he had numerous attempts. But
he would always make one, miss one.
Yeah, I think he might have gotten 1 for 1 basically every single time he went to the line.
Haxton to bring the ball up. Swathers hold a 6-point lead. Nicholson, pull-up J just inside the three-point line. No good, nothing but the air. I've had about 5 or 6 of those so far tonight between both of the teams.
That's another one of those shots we were kind of talking about with Nick Arnold earlier.
Wow. Oh.
Good charge taken there from Woodjack, I believe.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyways, as I was saying, it was not a bad shot, but it's just not a good shot selection. It's a contested fadeaway as you're just a foot inside the three-point line. If you're going to take that shot, take it beyond the three-point arc, if that makes sense.
Yes. Greg Raleigh calls that the worst shot in basketball as Richardson picks up a blocking foul. His first, team's 4th. So Haxton will go to inbound.
We're up to 276 concurrent viewers right now.
Nice. It's bumping tonight on the Swather Sports Network. And
what a game they're getting to watch, too.
Yeah. This chilly Tuesday night.
Because no one wants to come to the game. It's like negative 40 million outside.
Little Haxton to Big Haxton. Back to Little Haxton. His pull-up J, no good. Ball tapped out to Humphreys, who gets a screen from the official. Has the ball poked away, but into the arms of Proctor. Wasn't knocked away by Haxton.
He really got that screen from Mr. Zebra over there on the far side.
Right place, right time, I guess.
That was a funny sight to see. I don't know who the Cardinal defender was, but he kind of just ran by with his arms like, what the heck, man?
What you doing to me? Esau now with the ball up top. Gives it to Richardson. Richardson trying to turn the corner. Goes backside. Proctor's 3. In and out, no good, and the board goes to Haxton.
What a find that. Oh,
Haxton up ahead. Great defense by Jackson. Good recovery, and the board goes to Schrader, who may have been fouled had it knocked away, and Nicholson with the board.
And every single Swather had vacated the area except for Schrader. Maybe trusting him a little too much with 3 different Cardinals on him. And he actually did. He had it ripped away from everyone, but then he lost at the last second. Given Cardinals the easy 2. Not going to stop a 3-on-1 fast break when you're not really even there. That's basically a 3-on-none fast break.
Yeah, 3-on-1 fast break that's not really a 3-on-1 fast break.
That was basically a 3-on-0 fast break with a 6'7" dude running the point from 2 feet out from the basket.
Well, after a pretty significant scoring drought for the Cardinals, they have pulled back within 4 and will get the ball to start the third quarter, pending there is no jump balls. The last 50 seconds. I don't know how to do that.
Oh,
Richardson misses the layup, gets his own board, and gets the and one. Kaysen Richardson muscles his way in, gets his first field goal of the night. Richardson able to convert. Sorry, the technical difficulties still be running their course.
Still be running their course?
Yes, they do.
Indubitably.
Indubitably. They are bedaubing us up here in the booth. I forgot his kick out to Thompson. Thompson's three. Bang! Knocks it down for the Cardinals after Richardson's old-fashioned three-point play. There's still 10 seconds left for the Swathers to run one more play before halftime. Schrader with the ball, 7 seconds, now 6. Gives out to Richardson. Richardson, his corner three, no good, short. The board will go to Hesston, full court, heave. Oh, wow, it still hit the backboard. That was impressive. And at the end, muted. At the end of 3, Swathers up by 4.
Hey, Swather fans, thank you for choosing the Hesston Pharmacy. When you support your locally owned and operated pharmacy, you make it possible for us to pass it on to Hesston kids with ads like this. Thank you, and go Swathers.
I was about to say go Swathers indeed, but I'm supposed to be unbiased.
Come on now, Lucas, we've been over this.
I'm so sorry. Just so happens.
It's tough to not let it meddle in with the watching experience. I don't even know what I'm trying to say exactly, but
that is okay.
Ow.
Okay, fourth quarter. We got an interesting one.
It's been a very good game so far, and it looks to continue to be that way.
Cool. Okay.
What was that?
My mom texted me. She said she can't hear me, so I was seeing if she could hear me now, but who knows? She did say she appreciated your comment on the cookies, and now she might make us some for next week.
Yes, sir. Always love to hear it.
Thompson now with the ball. Gets it into Mason Hesston. Hesston, baseline kick to Robinson, and one.
Great dish there from Hesston, and then just ill-advised foul there from Kaysen Richardson. You got to just kind of let that one go. I mean, he was already all the way home, and then by the time he fouled him, the ball was already dropping through the hoop, it seemed like.
Robinson's and one free throw is up and good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Brings the Cardinals within 1.
It's been a very scintillating game so far. I really look forward to what the rest of the 7 minutes and 45 seconds have in store for us.
Schilling working on Woodcheck, and he will be fouled before he shoots the turnaround J.
Depending on which team gets out to a faster start in this quarter based on like drawing fouls, that could play a huge factor in the next 7.5 minutes. I mean, obviously if one team gets the advantage over the other, they'd be shooting the double bonus, that is.
Humphreys gets it out to Richardson, up top to Schilling. Schilling to Arnold on the left wing. Arnold now going to drive and get it into Bollinger, and they're going to get Nicholson for his 4th foul.
And there's kind of what I'm saying. I mean,
wow.
2 quick fouls on them, and this possession is not even over yet. So this could be dangerous for him.
Leighton Hesston. Sorry, had a hiccup there. Leighton Hesston checks in for Drew Nicholson. So he will go to the bench with 4 fouls as Richardson gets the ball in the paint. He's going to go up with it. No good. Almost gets his own board, but he will be fouled trying to get it. So it will be Swather ball baseline. They're going to get Thompson. No, Woodcheck, my bad.
And there's 1, 2, 3 quick fouls.
That's the 7th foul. Should be a 1-and-1. Need to buzz it, buzz it. There it is. There it is. Thank you, Mr. Peters.
I was saying, man, I didn't expect it to happen this fast, but the fouls have already tallied up. They were both at 4 entering this quarter, and then boom, boom, boom on one possession, and now we're in the bonus for the Swathers.
Yes, sirski. Richardson's first free throw, nothing but net. You know, I really want a really close game, but one where it's like alternated scoring, but the Swathers are always on top. You know what I'm saying?
Are we allowed to say that?
I'm allowed to say that.
Is that legal?
Is that play legal?
Can HIPAA come at us for that too?
Richardson misses the back end of the 1-and-1, and Leighton Hesston with the board.
That's
gives
the
it.
end you're okay with missing. That's the
Yep.
1-1, obviously. That's the only end you can miss on when still scoring points.
Ball almost stolen by Richardson. He ends up saving it in to Woodcheck, who couldn't really do anything with it. But great defensive play by Richardson.
It's probably pretty fortunate for the Swathers that Richardson did happen to step out of
Yeah.
bounds. Otherwise, it could have led to an easy layup there for Woodjack.
Richardson takes a quick jog over to the bench as the inbounds pass was almost stolen.
Heads up play there from Haxton.
And the dish is going to get the charge.
Oh,
Got Ben
my.
Bollinger with the clutch charge.
I thought that
Wow.
was a absolute dime there from Woodjack, but Bollinger getting in the way of him and drawing that charge there. That was beautiful on both ends. And it ended up being a little more beautiful for the Swallows, I guess you could say, since it is headed their way with no points being on the board for the Cardinals.
And we were just talking about the fouls, and the Cardinals picked up 4 in 2 possessions as Bollinger will lose this one out of bounds. Might have been an opportune time for the Swathers to use a timeout. Oh, looks like they will get a timeout. I was going to say, I didn't know quite what was transpiring on the court. But a quick 30-second timeout by the Swathers. A little bit of foul trouble for the Cardinals as Woodcheck and Nicholson both with 4.
And Nicholson especially is going to have to be careful next time he's in the game because, you know, with 4 fouls, I mean, one bang-bang play and you're out of the game.
That's
We're good.
true. And we are up to 291 viewers. Let's get that 9 more, get up to 300. Spread the word, close game at Hesston High Main Gymnasium. Might have to give you something to do on this freezing cold Tuesday night. I was going to say chilly, but it ain't chilly. It's freezing cold.
We still got to think of a name for this gym because Hesston High School Main Gymnasium is just not a good name.
It doesn't roll off the tongue.
By any stretch of the imagination.
No, not at all. Arnold with the ball. Gives it out to Proctor. Proctor up top. Gives it to Humphreys. Richardson still on the bench for the Swathers, resting up for that final stretch of minutes. Schilling into Humphreys. Humphreys takes a power dribble, nothing there. As Arnold drives, he pulls up middle of the lane. No good, but Schilling with the board. Kicks out to Bollinger. I thought he was going to pull the trigger, but I don't think he even thought about it.
Yeah, maybe if it was
anybody else.
anyone not always extend, or if it wasn't a 2-point game with 6 minutes left.
Nick Arnold with the beautiful jump stop pull up off the glass. And the Swathers are up by 4.
That's great presence of mind to not get hit with the charge there. He was able to stop all his momentum, stop on an absolute dime, and then convert on that about 4 or 5 foot jumper right there.
Woodcheck now with the ball. Works right, looking for somebody, and ends up overthrowing Robinson, and Arnold's going the other way. Arnold gives it off to Proctor. Proctor loses it, but Arnold regains control and gets it out to Humphreys. Humphreys is Schilling. Schilling's pull up is no good, in and out. But the board is going to be, there's a foul on Proctor. I was pretty sure he was going to get that one, but.
They've been calling that all night, so you kind of just got to know that when the opposition they have the position on you.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to cut your losses, head back the other way.
And I like the fact that they've been consistent with that call pretty much the entire night. That if they have the inside position, you both jump for the ball, and that ball's just a little bit inside, that they're going to give that foul to the opposing team. Mason Haxton now working against Richardson, who just checked back in, along with Ty Schrader and Braden Esau. Hanslett's going to drive baseline. He's going to kick middle of the lane to Robinson. Robinson couldn't corral it. Gives it up to Proctor. Proctor, easy layup is good. The Swathers stretched the lead to 6. And ever since Nicholson went out, the Swathers went on a little bit of a run as Robinson now wide open layup, and he missed it. And Richardson's going the other way.
Wow, that hurts. Okay, it's not really going to end up hurting him as much, but blew an easy 2-pointer. That would have cut the lead to 4, and then they would have been looking to cut the lead to 2 or maybe even 1 potentially. Instead, not able to do anything with a wide open layup. And interesting, we got Nicholson checking back in with 5 minutes left, looking to stop any momentum the Swathers have right now.
He will bring the ball up the court. Don't see many 6'7" guys doing that. Leighton Haxton now working right against Proctor. Gives it off to Hanslick. Hanslick back up to Leighton Haxton. Haxton works right. He's going. He's looking for somebody. Gives it to Big Brother. Brother pulls up the J. Haxton's 3, no good, but boarded by Nicholson. Nicholson gives it back to Hanslick, and they reset. Hanslick now running the point. Looking to give it someone. Gives it to Nicholson up top. Ends up kicking it off his leg. Oh, they're going to get a foul. I didn't see that whistle. I don't think he whistled, but.
No, he did.
I didn't hear it.
It was just pretty faint and very quick.
Yeah.
I think part of the reason, part of the reason I think they subbed Nicholson in was because of the very large height advantage. He kind of caught Coach Rowley napping there somewhat with the height advantage, but then you see Rowley quick to correct that by getting Schilling and Bollinger right back into the game.
Great observation, Cole. I did not even recognize that. So, as Nicholson gives it off to Leighton, Haxton thought about it, gave him with the head pump fake, wasn't there. Now Mason Haxton working against Richardson, trying to find somebody, finds little brother who probably stole it from Robinson, who was setting up for the three, and now it's Hanslick. Swathers with some bedabbing defense here. Hanslick is going to be fouled by Arnold and will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
And that was a unfortunate series of events there for the Swathers. 3 quick fouls on them, I believe, right?
Yeah. Arnold's second, so no Swathers in severe foul trouble here, but Schilling does have 3, if I'm not mistaken. Hanslick's first. No good. Short, boarded by Richardson. Tough miss for the Cardinals there.
Yeah, you could have used that to stop some momentum, gain some for yourself, and cut into the lead, more importantly, but unable to do any of those 3 things.
Find the Swathers. I will not shoot until provoked.
Yeah, absolutely. Or layups.
Yeah.
Layups and free throws right here.
Just passing it around. The Swathers, with their speed and ability to get open, can do this very well. Ball gets into Proctor, just working it around the wing. So far, have eclipsed almost 40 seconds this possession. Richardson now just dribbling, taking his time. Gives off to Proctor on the wing. Proctor gives to Richardson on the cut. Richardson is going to drive. His layup is, oh, they're going to get a charge on Nicholson. That could have been his 5th foul.
That's
good break for the Cardinals. I don't know how about that one.
Okay, it's not about the call necessarily, but they deferred
the
charge from the man who was standing right underneath the basket to someone who was beyond half court. That's just questionable to me. And I'm not saying it was a charge or it wasn't. Just interesting that they deferred the call to someone who was so far away from the actual play. Wow, we are at 315 viewers right now.
Let's go. They did go and tell their friends. Keep telling your friends. It's a barn burner from the gymnasium in Hesston. That's got to be a charge, and it is. Kaysen Richardson stood his ground, but then didn't stand his ground. Fell over, took the charge from Axton. We're going the other way.
Great call there, Lucas.
As our boy Jackson Humphreys checks back into the game. Little favoritism there. Love Jackson.
Back-to-back charges. You love to see the teams getting down and dirty, doing the little things to bring their team any success possible.
And a tough break for Hoisington with that charge. Humphreys with the ball on the wing, kicks it up to Schilling. Schilling to Proctor. Proctor was looking for Richardson, wasn't there. Backdoor cutting, and they're going to maybe a charge, nothing actually. And they give it to Humphreys up top. Humphreys to the corner to Richardson. Richardson, he's going to drive. His layup up and good for the Swathers. 8-point lead. 2 possible charges taken by Mason Haxton, and his father Kyle Haxton not too happy about neither one of the no calls.
And I think he has a pretty I'm losing the
right.
word. Yeah, he has the ability to have a bone to pick here.
Leighton Haxton, oh my goodness.
That is a absolutely massive 3 there from Haxton.
Jeez.
I mean, they were down 8 there. If he doesn't make that, down 8 without the ball, that's a
pretty
huge
much
shot.
Game.
Took a lot of confidence to step up there and send it from very deep. Excuse me.
Wow. That was I was impressed by that shot right there. And the confidence from the sophomore to pull the trigger with a miss that could possibly end the game, to pull the trigger from 3 feet beyond the arc, nothing but net. Confidence is key. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Yeah, as I was saying, Coach Haxton, I think he did have a bone to pick there because it looked like very similar to the last call that we saw and then a call before that as well.
Maybe not as much contact, but definitely had the opportunity to.
Yeah. The Hesston Chamber of Commerce would like to remind you to shop local and support community businesses during this holiday season. Thank you to our newest sponsor, the Hesston Chamber of Commerce, a proud supporter of the Swather Sports Network.
Love small town businesses. I visited 2 today. Went to El Cerrito and the Perk. Good stuff.
Yes, sir. So 5-point game with 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. We are in for a good finish.
Looks like the Cardinals are in a little bit of a 1-3-1 with Nicholson up top. He's got to be careful. As ball goes to Schilling in the corner. Set up a little trap. Wasn't able to take it as Humphreys tries to get it across court to Proctor. Proctor faked the pass. Now he got a wide open layup. Braden Schilling.
What?
It is good.
What vision there from the sophomore to find the open man, Braden Schilling, and get the easy 2.
Wow.
And that is a huge possession there for the Swathers, putting the lead to 7 now.
And to keep going on that fact is just a great mature play too. I mean, to give up, he probably had a pull-up jumper if he did, but he's just got that great basketball vision, able to dish it off for the wide open layup. Just great play from Jake Proctor tonight.
Showing that his ability is beyond his years with that type of play. And that's a play that should excite Swather fans for years to come.
For sure. This whole team should excite Swather fans for years to come. They do have 4 big seniors that will be leaving after this season, but the future does look bright. As for the Cardinals, they currently have 4 seniors and 1 sophomore on the court. Could be rebuild, could be another run, you never know. As Hesston gives off to Nicholson. Nicholson's deep 3, no good, but boarded by Layton. Layton is fouled by Proctor.
Jackson's jaw is wide open, but I definitely think there was a foul there. He kind of just ran right into him a little bit. I don't really know if that's a very arguable one.
Yeah.
But you know, we all do that. We all what? Me? No. We all do that. We all done that one time or another.
Couldn't be me.
You see that in the Super Bowl when the dude put the deuces in front of Tyreek Hill,
did.
and he was like, "What? I didn't do anything though." Like, come on now.
Layton's free throw, nothing but net. His name is Layton, right? I better be getting this right.
Yep.
Okay, we're good. It's like Peyton with an L. I don't know, I kind of just blanked and thought I had it wrong for a while. Layton's second free throw is good. Knocks them both home. Back to a 5-point game with 1:43 remaining. Richardson to bring the ball up the court. Gives it off to Schilling. Schilling off to Humphreys. And then Proctor with what a pass across the court to Schilling. Schilling back to Proctor. Proctor now. He's going to drive a little bit and kick out to Schilling. The Swathers just taking what the defense gives them. And now the ball's in the lane. Now Proctor's going to get it. He's going to travel. I don't think he did, but looked like his feet were pretty set from here, but the official has the better angle, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. So a travel on Proctor. He will go out.
And that's a big call there. That can give some momentum. I mean, a 3-pointer or even a 2-pointer here.
One possession game.
Yeah, so we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here.
Layton Hesston now working right. He has the hot hand, gives it to Mason. Mason had a cutting Nicholson but didn't find him. Mason Hesston spin move in the lane. His layup is no good and boarded by Kason Richardson. But the ball's poked away. Richardson's on the floor yelling for timeout, but they're going to get a jump ball. It is Swathers basketball though.
Wow. What a play from both teams there.
Hesston with the great play to poke the ball away from Richardson. Great clean poke, I guess. That was kind of a weird phrase coming out, but
it was beautiful because it was to regain his composure after missing that floater and then poke it away, as you said.
Ball gets into Richardson, and he had a clear court in front of him, and he will be fouled.
That's a pretty good foul there because I don't know.
I think he was going coast to coast.
Might have messed around and yammed on someone. You never know.
Yeah. Would have been fun to see, but we didn't get to, sadly. As Richardson goes to the line to shoot 2. Could stretch the lead back to 7 for the Swathers. First free throw is no good. Left it short. So the door still open for the Cardinals to make a quick run here.
Yeah, 2 free throws there wouldn't have necessarily iced the game, but it would have made it very hard for the
3 possessions, really.
But now, still.
Second free throw is good, so he pushed it to a 6-point game. Requires 2 threes to tie it up.
Yeah, that's as hard as a two possession lead you have to overcome. So that was a big free throw. I mean, 2 free throws obviously would have been more ideal, but 1 is not necessarily a bad thing there.
Hesston now looking to work against Richardson. He's going to pull up from the elbow. No good. Brick and Bollinger with the board. They're going to foul him, and rightfully, smartfully so. Rightfully, smartfully. This is a comma, adverbs.
I'm a little confused on that shot right there.
Yeah,
from
me too.
Hesston.
You're probably looking for a 3, and instead of like, you know, taking time shooting it, you get contested pull-up J.
Yeah, not the greatest shot selection. Down 6, pull-up J in someone's mouth. Yeah.
But
I don't know, though, because a quick 2-pointer, that's all right, too.
Ben Bollinger, I was going to say you fouled the right man, but he sinks it.
Don't write the big man off too fast.
Gives the 9th announcer's jinx on the night. Good stuff. Second free throw is no good. There it is. Then it goes the opposite direction, as timeout will be called by Kyle Hesston, with the Cardinals down 7 with 32 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's a long way back here for the Cardinals.
Not impossible, but unlikely.
7 points with 40 seconds, and they're already in the double bonus. Yeah, it'll be a tough one for them to eclipse.
Will indeed.
Thank you to the Fuquay Insurance Group for your support for the Swather Sports Network. Make sure to check out Fuquay Insurance for all your insurance needs.
Good stuff there. And man, this has indeed been a great game. Could have been a really close one had, you know, just a couple calls, couple shots gone in the way of the Cardinals, but the Swathers and Cardinals, definitely a hard-fought game for sure. Not the lighting up the scoreboard like we thought it would, but much more of a defensive battle.
And that's honestly one that I was a little surprised to see with the offensive prowess of both of these two teams. It was really the defense that reigned champions so far tonight. I mean, we'll see. You never know when the offensive explosion could happen. And I would guess they're going to go for a quick 3 here for either Nicholson. I would probably guess Nicholson, or maybe Leighton Hesston. He's been playing very well. But like within 5 seconds of getting the ball in bounds, I think they're going to jack up a 3.
As it is Thompson with the ball, gives it to Mason Hesston. His free throw barely draws rim, and Bollinger with the board.
Yep, I had the wrong Hesston.
And Humphreys calls a timeout. As I don't
maybe just not wanting Bollinger shooting the free throws,
good timeout there. Great smart play by our boy Big Brain Jackie.
But I don't know if even he would agree with that, because as soon as he called that timeout, the look on his face, he looked petrified. He was like, oh crap, did I mess up?
Greg was yelling at somebody, but it wasn't him. Greg was Coach Raleigh was a little flustered with Kason Richardson as he didn't go to get the outlet pass from Bollinger. Instead, he turned to run, which as the point guard, you got to go get the ball.
You saw the absolute
the fear.
Like,
I did see it. The mouth opened. What did I just do?
Oh, that was good.
What did I do?
That was pretty funny.
But the Tetris king of Hesston High School was correct in the end. The piece fits. He got the Tetris, and this form of Tetris was the timeout. As Kason Richardson doesn't seem too upset that he and Coach Raleigh had a little bit of trouble, but the Swathers.
Yeah, up 7 with 30 seconds, I wouldn't really be too upset at the moment.
Yeah. Humphreys gets it into Richardson. Richardson, I thought, would try and get it back to Humphreys, and the foul is going to be given to Chase Robinson, as Kason Richardson could probably put it away.
Yeah, 2 of these would pretty much end it. I mean, it's already.
They could go three-pointer, steal, three-pointer, steal, three-pointer.
I pretty much end it.
We're like at the point where like at the probability for win is like 99.9 in Swather's favor. Like if we played 1,000 games, they might win one. But hey,
unless Hesston was the Falcons.
That is true.
In which case they would definitely lose right here, right now.
That is true. Richardson's second free throw, no good. Leighton Hesston with the ball. He's going to dribble right. Was looking for Nicholson, but Nicholson slipped, so he's going to take the deep 3. No good short.
Yep, and
Jackie with the rebound, and he will probably dribble it out for the Swathers. Arnold up to Schilling, and the Swathers with the big victory over Hoisington in Hesston tonight.
Yeah, that was an absolutely huge game. And tonight, we didn't even see exactly what we expected, but we saw how truly good this Swather team could play, and I think we'll get back to you after this band plays. So yeah, as we were saying, maybe not the game we expected, but a good game nonetheless, and that is all we can ask for here in the broadcasting booth.
Hit a peak of like 324, 325 viewers, something like that. So that's great. I mean, we get 325 people listening to us, Cole. How do you feel about that?
It's cool.
I like it. It's great. It was a great game from the hardwood floor at Hesston. I don't even know what I was supposed to call it. Like, please send us submissions for what cool names for this gym could possibly be. Not permanent, but temporary. Back to the game, though. We'll go back to the action.
Yeah, we could talk about that later if we need to.
Let's head down to the quick score update with Cole.
Yeah, so final score of the game was Hesston 45, Hoisington 37. Jake Proctor had 8 huge points off the bench for the Swathers. Braden Schilling with 4, Casey Richardson with 13, Jackson Humphreys with 2, Nick Arnold with 7, and Ben Bollinger with 5. And then for Hoisington, they had Nicholson with 12, Thompson with 6, Haxton of the Layton variant with 8, Haxton of the Mason variant with 2, Chase Robinson with 5, and Landon Woodjack with 2, and then Holt Hanslick with 2. So
they held Mason Haxton to 2 points.
That
is impressive.
Huge defensive effort.
He eclipsed 1,000 points in his career last week, and then they held him to 2 tonight. So great game there.
So Hoisington will move to 12-3 now. Swathers. Are you celebrating? Or
yeah,
what?
they're celebrating.
Okay.
Lots of shouting coming from the downstairs area. We're sitting up right above it, so we can't see what's going on, but I think it's a JV basketball team getting hype. But
Nicholson played very well,
he
but
did.
he ran into some foul trouble, which kind of hampered his ability to be on the court pretty much at all at the end of the game at least.
2 points in the second half.
Yeah, Swathers played a very good defensive game tonight because they had the Cardinals have several offensive weapons, and although it was in a losing effort, Leighton Haxton played a very good game off the bench as a sophomore. Played very big minutes there late, hit a big 3 to give them a chance late in the game. Granted, they did not end up winning, but he also hit a couple of very clutch free throws as well. If you're a Hoisington fan, and especially if you're a Haxton parent, you can be very proud of the way that Leighton Haxton played tonight.
And my player of the game tonight, we give it Case and Richardson a lot, so I'm going to go with Jake Proctor. Played some really big minutes, made some really great passes, made us a couple great shots. I just really love the way that he played and the confidence that he played with tonight.
I'm going to stray away from the offensive side, and I'm going to give co-MVPs to Braden Schilling and Ben Bollinger, who combined did a very good job playing defense on Nicholson throughout the evening. Again, holding him to 12 points is a win anytime you're going to play. So those are my co-players of the game, I think. And then obviously with 5 points and 4 for Bollinger and Richardson, respectively. That was definitely a big producing. I don't even know. Whatever.
Great
defense.
production. Great defensive production for them for sure.
Yeah.
It was a great game by both teams. Swathers just able to get it done in the long run. We will be back here. Got anything else to say, or?
I don't think so. I think
we'll be
we're
back here
Monday. Yeah, against Wichita Homeschool.
Just the boys, though, right?
I
believe it is. I believe it is boys only next Monday. Is it boys only next Monday? Yes. Yeah, confirmation from Miss Gaston. Boys only game next Monday. So
Meanwhile, Hoisington will be playing. They'll be playing. Come on, Max Prep. Hurry. They'll be playing Pratt next week, or on Friday, that is. And then Hesston will be playing. Who do they play on Friday? They play Hillsborough. That's a massive game as well. Miss Gaston, I don't want to hear any of your slander. We're discussing pertinent items.
Oh, she trying to tell us to hop off. I'm staying on. There's still 166 people listening to us.
Actually, only 148 concurrent.
Yeah, we do have to go to school tomorrow. So this has been
Lucas Roth. I'm not Lucas Roth. He is. It's been Cole North and Lucas Roth saying, see ya from Swelter Sports Network. Shout out to Emily for manning the cameras. You're a real one.
Woo! Catch